Hello and good evening, Keluarga Malaysia. I'm Brendan Lepal and you're watching News at 10. Our top stories for tonight. Police to release names and photos of Rohingya escapees. Additional buses prepared for balik kampung. The government is determined to find solutions to the sudden surge in construction costs as a result of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, as it is affecting house prices. In this regard, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Semasa Yaakob said the National Affordable Housing Council will find solutions to address the problem, as well as to make it easier for people to own houses. He said the government aspired to build 500,000 affordable homes for Keluarga Malaysia under the 12 Malaysia plan towards realising the one family, one house vision.
Kerajaan menyedari kediaman menjadi keperluan mendesak bagi keluarga Malaysia. Di bawah RMK 12 dan MPMMN, langkah segera dan jangka panjang telah digariskan untuk menyelesaikan perkara ini. Ini adalah selari dengan usaha memperkasakan pemilikan rumah mampu milik bagi golongan B40 dan N40 dalam usaha mengelakkan mereka daripada menanggung beban keuangan yang berat. Langkah ini diperkukuhkan lagi dengan usaha-usaha sedia ada agensi-agensi kerajaan lain seperti Prima misalnya, yang dapat menyumbang secara positif ke arah pemilikan rumah yang lestari.
Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony of the Prima Malaysia Corporation Prima Residency, Ashram Ampang, the Prime Minister said the government would continue to support Prima's efforts in helping the middle-income group to own homes for a sustainable life. On the Prima Ashram Ampang residence, Datuk Seri Semasa said the project is expected to help reduce housing problems in the federal capital, in line with the aspirations of the Keluarga Malaysia. He said the young people, especially those just starting their career, are always faced with housing issues, especially in owning a comfortable home and with access to transportation and public facilities.
Justru KPKT membuat perancangan untuk melaksanakan pembinaan kediaman yang baru berkonsepkan transit ataupun Transit Oriented Development ataupun TOD. Kediaman TOD bukan sahaja memudahkan pergerakan anak muda ke tempat kerja, tetapi juga membolehkan negara mencapai sasaran mengurangkan jejak karbon menjelang tahun 2030 selaras dengan matlamat pembangunan mampan ataupun SDG 30.
Prima Ashram Ampang residence consists of 712 affordable homes with a concept of small office, home office, and service apartments at a price ranging of 250,000 and 270,000 ringgit will be offered. It has also various facilities including a swimming pool, gymnasium, surau and badminton courts. And moving on, police will release the names and photos of the remaining 61 Rohingya detainees who escaped from the Sungai Bakap Immigration Detention Depot near Bandar Baru on 20th April. Kedah Police Chief Commissioner Wan Hassan Wan Ahmad said the photos would be released when they are ready.
Sebagainya supaya perkembangan ini selesai dan ada balance baki lagi 61 orang itu supaya gambar-gambar mereka ni kita establishkan, kita akan keluarkan dalam paper nanti supaya bila ada tangkapan nanti mana tahu bahawa mereka ini adalah merupakan pernah lari daripada pusat tahanan kerana kita pun tak tahu kalau katalah kita tak keluarkan gambar itu, mungkin orang lain tangkap, dia tak tahu bahawa mereka ini pasal nama tu mungkin boleh bertukar-tukar.
Commissioner Wan Hassan was met after visiting the Bukit Kayu Hitam General Operations Force Tactical Headquarters and 3 Malaysia-Thai border posts. The government is currently planning to issue its own refugee card through the relevant agency for the matter. Home Minister Datuk Seri Hamzah Zainuddin said Malaysian authorities were the ones who are supposed to decide whether any particular refugee could remain in the country and be given the card issued by the responsible Malaysian government agency.
Pendaftaran negara kita ini hanya satu body saja agensinya yang diketuai oleh Datuk Ruslin, iaitu Jabatan Pendaftaran Negara. Kita sedang mencari jalan untuk hanya menerima pengesahan kad yang dikeluarkan oleh agensi di bawah Kementerian Dalam Negeri, bukan oleh mana-mana pihak yang mengaku bahawa ini kad yang sah daripada UNHCR. Siapa nak pastikan? Malaysia yang patut pastikan sama ada orang tu sah boleh tinggal dengan kad yang boleh kita berikan.
Previously, Datuk Seri Hamzah was reported to have said that the government would not acknowledge the refugee status of Rohingyas and classify them as illegal immigrants who held the United Nations High Commission on Refugees UNHCR card. Malaysia, he said, was a non-signatory country to the 1951 Convention relating to the status of refugee and its 1967 protocol, and therefore lacked a legal or administrative framework to manage the status and rights of refugees in the country. Currently, there are 150,000 refugees registered with UNHCR in Malaysia. Meanwhile, the minister reminded those who receive Malaysian citizenship status to remain true to the Rukun Negara, to support government initiatives, and to keep away from criminal activities. He said this at the presentation ceremony of nationality status result to 34 individuals in Putrajaya. Datuk Seri Hamzah said the provision of citizenship was one of the highest honours the government could bestow on any qualified individual, and the approval was not easy. Now, all considerations were taken into account before deciding to relax the use of face masks in public spaces. According to Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin, the risk of infection is lower outdoors than it is indoors.
Kita telah mengambil kira semua perkara tersebut. Ya. Sebab itu, bagi saya telah hanya bersedia umumkan garis panduan pemakaian pelitup muka yang baru ni selepas selesai bulan Ramadan. Sebab saya nampak bulan Ramadan ini paling banyak pengunjung di bazar Ramadan, keadaan yang sesak. Sebab itu saya pembincang dengan Tan Sri, saya kata elok kita tunggu sehingga selesai Ramadan. Tetapi selepas Ramadan ada rumah terbuka dan sebagainya. Tetapi kita beranggapan bahawa risikonya tidaklah tinggi seperti mana keadaan sesak di bazar Ramadan.
The minister was responding to concerns of public health experts who viewed that it may not be the right time to relax the rule due to the festive season. Khairi added that the ministry is very clear with its recommendation, which is for high-risk people to don their face masks in crowded places, even though it is outdoors. The Communications and Multimedia Ministry has asked telcos to upgrade and maintain broadband internet connectivity to ensure uninterrupted services during the Hari Raya Idul Fitri period. Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said this could be done through short-term measures to avoid problems of accessing the internet.
Dan minta telco-telco semua meningkatkan perkhidmatan mereka dengan mengambil langkah-langkah yang boleh dibuat jangka pendek, iaitu dengan menaikkan ataupun dia upgrade peralatan di pemancar-pemancar dia ada. Itu pun ada keterbatasannya sebab dia juga mempunyai spektrum yang terhad. Jadi ada banyak faktor lah. Semua secara umum kita minta setiap telco cuba memperbaiki lagi.
The minister said this after presenting zakat to residents of the Melo and Kadok state constituencies in Kota Baru today. On another matter, Tan Sri Anwar said more than 80,000 applications for the Peranti Siswa Keluarga Malaysia program had been received since it was opened on 15 April. He said the tablets, which are to be distributed beginning June, are of high quality and will benefit some 350,000 students from the B40 group pursuing diploma and degree courses in universities. At least 23,595 bus tickets from Terminal Bersepadu Selatan (TBS) offered at a 30% discount starting from 29 April until the 8th of May had been sold out. However, travellers planning to buy bus tickets need not to worry, as 97 additional buses have been prepared to accommodate the demand during this year's Hari Raya Aidilfitri.
Bersamaan dengan 30% jualan. Masih terdapat tiket-tiket yang boleh diperoleh oleh orang ramai dengan pecahan penduduk utara 17,850 tiket, selatan 23,800 tiket dan timur 11,900 tiket.
Datuk Seri Wee-Ka Siong, who visited TBS today, also said a total of 933 bus tickets were sold under e-Pemula, an initiative introduced by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob on 15 April. He added that the ministry continues to prioritise safety through the Land Public Transport Agency to ensure that additional buses would be properly facilitated before receiving the temporary modification licence approval. This means the buses would need to have GPS installation, computerised vehicle inspection centre, Puspakom checkups, and the vehicle age limit should not be over 10 years. And meanwhile, about 82% out of 1,392 KTMB tickets have been sold under the Express Khas Keluarga Malaysia until last night. The special train will commence its journey at 11 p.m. tonight as an alternative for members of Keluarga Malaysia hailing from the East Coast to return to their hometowns without going through heavy traffic.
Memang kita dapat jangkakan dan tidak ada kelewatan train lah sekiranya tidak ada apa-apa kesilapan masalah teknikal. Jadi pelbagai coach disediakan melalui train khas ini di mana penumpang dapat bersolat, makan dan bersantai dengan keluarga dan rakan-rakan.
The minister added that in total 154,526 tickets out of 244,502 available ETS, KTM, Intercity and the Express Khas Keluarga Malaysia tickets were sold. Members of the public planning to buy the train tickets are advised to do so via KTMB web portal or mobile application. And coming up next, 5 consortia awarded Malaysia digital bank licenses. Stay with us. Now, Bank Negara Malaysia has awarded a total of 5 consortia with Malaysia's digital bank licenses. BNM said the successful applicants will undergo a period of operational readiness that will be validated by the central bank through an audit before they can commence operations, and the exercise may take 12 to 24 months. The 5 consortia are Booth Holdings Berhad, RHB Bank Berhad, GXS Bank Private Limited, Kwok Brothers Sendirian Berhad, C Limited, YTL Digital Capital Sendirian Berhad, Aeon Financial Service Co Limited, Aeon Credit Service Berhad, Money Lion Inc. and KAF Investment Bank Sendirian Berhad. In a statement today, BNM said Aeon Financial Service, Aeon Credit, Money Lion Consortium and KAF Investment Bank were licensed under the Islamic Financial Services Act 2013, while the 3 others were licensed under the Financial Services Act 2013, FSA. Governor Tan Sri Nur Shamsia Muhammad Yunus said that digital banks were expected to further advance financial inclusion and could significantly increase opportunities for society to participate in the economy by overcoming geographical barriers, reducing transaction costs, and promoting better financial management. BNM said a total of 29 applications received for the digital banking licenses. He noted that 4 levels of assessment were carried out, supported by a cross-functional technical team, a review team, and internal independent observers from BNM's risk and legal departments. The final recommendations forwarded to Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz were deliberated and endorsed by BNM's Management Committee. And in another development, the central bank governor said Malaysia's banking system remains well positioned to support economic recovery. Tan Sri Noor Shamsia said that as at March 2022, the banks have maintained strong capitalization levels with excess capital buffers of 125.5 billion ringgit. According to Tan Noor Shamsia, the bank's asset quality remained sound in March 2022, with overall gross and net impaired loans ratios remaining broadly stable at 1.5% and 0.9% respectively. She said the bank's provisioning levels remain high as banks continue to be prudent, with loan loss coverage ratio of 133%, compared to an average of 129% in 2020 to 2021. The local financial market was also driven by tighter global financial conditions and geopolitical developments, as the global financial market sentiments were affected by the faster than anticipated monetary policy normalization path by the US Federal Reserve and the conflict in Ukraine. She said the corresponding broad US dollar strength during the month also resulted in a marginal depreciation of the ringgit. Despite the weaker financial market performance, BNM said adjustments remain orderly amid sufficient trading liquidity. And in other news, 13 Form 4 students who were arrested yesterday in connection with the assault of a fellow student in a government secondary school in Langkawi were released today on police bail. Langkawi Police Chief ACP Shariman Ashari said police have recorded their statements and the investigation papers would be referred to the Deputy Public Prosecutor. A 25-second video of the incident has gone viral on social media. The 9 a.m. incident was said to have been due to a misunderstanding among the students. Yesterday, 12 students were rounded up at 12:30 p.m. and one was picked up at 3 p.m. The Malaysian Football League MFL has confirmed that XOX Berhad XOX is now the new owner of Perak FC. XOS has signed the Memorandum of Understanding with the club regarding the takeover with the full and legal process. The matter is confirmed in an official statement by the MFL Club licensing unit, whereby XOX has successfully prepared all requested documents today, which is also the last day before the deadline. MFL explained that the XOX higher management has also met and discussed with the head coach of the Bosgaras and two of their players regarding their commitment to the team. MFL in their statement also highlighted their belief that the takeover by XOX is not only a new breath of life for Perak FC, but also another positive movement in the sense that another major company has entered the fray in owning a football club in Malaysia. For the record, Perak FC has previously been punished twice with point cuts, following their failure to fulfill their team player and officer salary payouts. There are high hopes for national shotput ace Muhammad Ziyad Zulkifli to do well at the 31st SEA Games in Hanoi, Vietnam next month, despite the lack of international competition of late. Paralympic Council of Malaysia President Datuk Seri Megadi Shariman Zaharuddin said the Games would definitely be a testing ground prior to the ASEAN Para Games APG in Solo, Indonesia, and the Birmingham Commonwealth Games, both scheduled for July.
Saya pun ada berhubung dengan dia sendiri, dia pun kata mungkin dia harus double up dia punya training, dia kena build up more muscle dia. So I think insyaAllah kita tunggulah this SEA Games di Vietnam kan, dia akan masuk juga. So we will see from there lah. But I think kayu pengukurnya akan ada di SEA Games nanti. Saya rasa is an equal playing field untuk semua atlet. Negara lain pun tak ada competition yang dia participate. So I think this is a test whereby semua orang dalam level yang sama.
Muhammad Ziyad, who has the best throwing record of 17.12 meters from the 2017 Kuala Lumpur SEA Games, is trying to get back to his best physically. During the 82nd Singapore Track and Field Championships on 16 April, Muhammad Zia took home the bronze medal in the shotput event with his best distance of the season of 16.54 meter, better than the 16.27 meter throw during the Malaysian Open early last month. That wraps up tonight's edition of News at 10. Our top story, police to release names and photos of Rohingya escapees. Tune in to updates at noon on TV2 and Salon Berita RTM at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow. Till then, Keluarga Malaysia, it's lights out. I'm Brendan Paul. Have a splendid weekend, safe travels, and good night.